Hey guys, so today I wanted to make part 4 of my greatest antique store finds of all time. And like I've said, I'm having so much fun making these videos, and I appreciate all of you that are supporting me. I was kind of on the fence, about making one more antique store video after this one, a part 5. And I'm actually going to. I think I've got enough stuff to cover one more video, and then I'll probably move on to some other topic or some other thing. But table full of stuff here, some pretty cool stuff to share with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you in and let's get started. All right, so here it is, part 4, antique store finds. Pretty cool stuff here once again to share with you. Just kind of panning the table here a little bit. What you think so far? Let's get into it. So as you see here across the back, I've got three 303 British Enfield ammo, the Mark 7 ammo. You guys that follow me know I love British Enfields. I love the 10-round magazine, the smooth action, everything. I just love it. I love the 303 round. It's a great round, a lot of fun to shoot and everything. And I've always wanted these crates. I've always seen them in other pictures of people's collection videos and stuff like that. So little by little, I started acquiring them. And you see I've got 3 of them now. This first one here, my dad, again, I've had it several years. My dad kept telling me about this random little small antique type thrift store that he'd been in a few times. And he said, you ought to go check it out. They got a variety of stuff. He didn't really see anything military. So finally, I went in there and was looking around. Wasn't in there very long. It's a small building, small place. Didn't see nothing. Was kind of bummed out. And then, honestly, I was getting ready to leave, and I looked up on a shelf above my head, and I just happened to see this, and I'm like, what in the world, right? And it didn't have a price on it, and I actually got it for $20. Now, it's empty, or it was empty. I say was because I have actually put some ammo in there that I got, at a military show. I put some 303 ammo in there, but it was an empty crate when I got it. And again, I think $20 is pretty good for this, because they display so well. I really like it a lot. Not too long, honestly, after that, I was at another antique store, and I happened to see this, and I'm like, man, all right, there's another one, right? And I actually got this one for $20. This one's in a little bit better condition, than the other one there. And this one's actually, if I'm not mistaken, from 1954. And this one says not to be fired from synchronized gun after 46. Maybe this one's 1945, and that one's 1954. But anyways, this one's in better condition, everything. This one, once again, was empty. I did fill it just like I did this one here with some box 303 original ammo. And so there's 2, right? $20, $20. So a man I was going to church with, he owned his own car dealership, and he actually collected antiques and stuff, and so did his partner, basically, business partner. And I went and visited one time and saw all the antiques and stuff he had. He's got some other military stuff I'd love to get from him one day. And in his partner's booth, I saw this there, and I'm like, man, that's really cool, And because I already knew I had 2 of them, I was like, man, I'd really like to get another one, again, because they display so well. They're so cool and kind of iconic in a way to me. And so I actually picked it up, and I was like, man, this got some weight to it, so obviously it's not empty. And it actually had this spam can, basically, of British Enfield ammo. And there was one box missing. One single box of 32 cartridges missing. But other than that, all of these boxes are sealed. See, it says made in England. And the ammo, if I'm not mistaken, is from 1955. So it's basically late Korean War era type ammo. But I was like, man, that's really cool. I'd really like to have that. And he said, well, it's my buddies, my partners or whatever. He's not here. And he said, I'll see what I can find out for you. And so he couldn't give me any information that day. And so it was just a few days later, I believe, he called me and let me know, hey, my buddy said he'll sell you that ammo crate with the ammo inside for $100. And I'm like, you guys know the ammo inside is worth more than $100, right? And then the crate itself is really cool. So I went back up there and got it $100. And man, I was so happy, so pumped up. Moving on here, me and my family always go to the beach every year. We've gone the last 10 years. This year was our 10th year. And there's always a few antique stores I stop at along the way because I like to, pick stuff along the road on our road trip along the way. And I saw this First Armored Division liner here. It's a World War II liner. And it's got all kind of stickers and random funky stuff on there. Probably maybe could have been done in the 60s or 70s during, the hippie era age or whatever. I doubt it was just some random kid that did this, but kind of sucks though because of that right there. Like that's really nice, but again, people didn't think this stuff would be collectible back in the day when they got a hold of it and did their own thing to it. Unfortunately, the inside is basically toast. There's barely a little bit anything left. And in the bottom, it's got like crusted sand. So I don't know if they took it to the beach or and played in. I don't know what they did, but it's got like crusted sand in the bottom of it. And honestly, guys, I actually paid $44 for this. And realistically, I probably overpaid, but it was just something cool. It just really spoke to me in a way. And I was like, man, I don't want to get it, but I do. It's more than I want to pay, but I know I'll talk my wife's head off the whole ride home. I should have got that, so I got it. But it's pretty cool. Right here, also on my beach trip, again, I had a battle damage helmet in the video before, maybe the video before that, and it's a World War II McCord. This is a Korean War McCord. See, it's got the big knock on the top right there. I got this at the same antique store as the other battle damaged one, or your damaged one, and this one I got for 16 bucks as well. See, it's definitely been cooked in or something in there for sure. No chin strap or anything, but for $16, I think I did pretty good on it. Right here, I went to an antique store, and this helmet was actually spray painted silver. Like I don't think it was for parade use. I don't know, but it looked like crap. But you guys know sometimes I like doing paint removal videos and stuff. It's been a while, but I went ahead and removed the crappy silver paint, and I actually found like some hippie type stuff on this helmet. It actually says hippie right there, if you can see that, and just a bunch of weird like symbols and eyeballs and all kind of crazy stuff that I uncovered. Random letters and words. Some of it you can't read anymore. It's just too far gone, but there's a peace symbol right there, peace sign, but anyways, kind of weird and funky, I guess. But I got it for, this one was $38. It's actually a Schluter. Let me turn it over and show you. It's a Schluter. Unfortunately, the heat stamp, heat lot number is too far gone. The way I know it's a Schluter is because of the bells. You see they got the rounded look to them. It's definitely a Schluter helmet. And it's a fixed bell, which is awesome. Unfortunately, no heat stamp or lot number. But look at this. This thing has been heavily cooked in. I don't know if they cooked food or cooked drugs. I don't know what they did, but it's definitely scorched for sure. It was cooked in. And again, for $38, I don't think that's too bad for a front seam fixed bell Schluter with hippie stuff on it. And I know you just saw me pull this helmet liner out. This did not come with that helmet, but I just paired it with it. You see it's named to Albert Gary, or Albert Gary. It's a World War II liner. The inside's seen better days, but something that I wanted to kind of surprise and shock you guys with is I got this liner for $12, and it had been painted over several times on the outside. And again, another paint removal, right? So here's what I uncovered. This has like a weird, funky camo pattern on there, and it's got like a blue bar, I guess, for Lieutenant on the front there, if you see that. But it's definitely like weird and funky. It almost looks like a map of the world or something on there. It's like almost like a purplish color and blue, and then they left some of the green color of the liner finish. But definitely pretty cool there. It looks like they might not have finished or something. I don't know. It's kind of a weird paint scheme or camo scheme, but for 12 bucks and to uncover this, I was super happy to do that. Right here, my wife's grandparents owned an antique store. It closed in, I believe, around 2006, and something like that. It's been years ago, and it was just full of all kind of antique stuff and everything. And I wanted to go in there years and years ago, and I asked my wife's grandmother. She was still living at the time, but she's passed now. And I asked her if there was any military stuff in there, and she said, I really don't think so, because we used to have a young guy come there and buy all of our military stuff. But she let me go in there and look around, and it was a big building. It was probably 20 foot by 40 or 50, something like that. 20 by 40 or 50. And so she let me go in there, and I was looking around, and I actually saw this kind of in a dark corner, and I pulled it out, and it was a front seam fixed bell McCord there, and it's actually got the name Mike Lavnius USMC on there. Not sure if that would have been the World War II guy or maybe a guy in Korea or Vietnam that was reissued this. The heat stamp or heat lot number is 94C, so very early 1942. What's pretty cool about this is, let me flip it around here. It actually had a flower type sticker on there, which it was basically almost completely peeled off. So honestly, I peeled it the rest of the way. It was too far gone to try to save or anything. But you can still see the adhesive or the outline of what was there. So not sure if Mike Lavnius was a Vietnam veteran. Maybe he put the sticker thing on there or what. But I basically found some other military stuff in there and grouped it all together. And she just told me to give her $100 for everything. So I really don't have a whole lot in this helmet, because I got so much other stuff at the time, so very little money at all in that. But I'm thankful for the opportunity to purchase it. Right here, I've got a really nice World War II Ike jacket. See, it's got 3rd Army on there and 20th Corps. And this one has Staff Sergeant chevrons, 2 gold bars for a year overseas service, 5 ribbons. And then it's got U.S. and I believe it's Cavalry collar disc. I'm running a blank now. Ruptured duck for honorable discharge. It does have a shirt and tie, but no pants or trousers. I got this for $88 at an antique store about a year or so ago, a little over a year ago. And I think for all it has going for it, I think I did pretty good on that. I don't think it was named, or is it? Actually, it is. There's the name Leonard on there. I'll have to do some more research and everything and kind of find out maybe some information if I can locate the guy, but I don't think I was able to. But anyways, $88, I think I did good. So several years ago, I found a random antique store that this older couple had on their property of their house, like they're right beside their house. And they had like a bunch of like furniture and foreign antique stuff like that. But the man actually invited me to go to this like man cave workshop type thing behind the house, an antique store, and he had a bunch of clocks and all kind of random tools and different stuff. And I actually was able to look at this British Enfield. It's dated 1943. It's from the Royal Ordnance Factory for Zackerley. Again, it's 1943 right there. And overall, it's in really good condition. This was in there with some other random rifles, and he actually had to call his son. His son, I would guess, is probably in his 50s or something. And I actually ended up getting this for $300. And in the condition it's in and everything, even though that was probably, man, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, I think I did good. It's a great, great rifle, really nice looking British Enfield for $300. Honestly, I actually gotten another British Enfield from the older man before I got this one, a few visits before. I got it, but it was a mixed master. The butt stock was different than the rest of the stock, and stuff didn't match and everything else. And I actually took it to a gun show several years ago and sold it, you know. But I'm thankful that I got this one, which is, again, a great example. Moving on here, I got a couple British Enfield pig sticker bayonets, tent spikes, tent stakes, whatever you want to call them. They got many uses. See, this one right here is made a little bit differently than the other one I'm going to show you. This is a number 4 Mark III. You see that's kind of weird, cast, funky looking setup right there. And I got this for $20 at an antique store. Same antique store, I saw this one, but this one was priced at $45. This is a Mark II. See, it actually says Mark II on there. And I passed it up. I was like, man, I'm not paying $45 for it. And come to find out, my dad went to the same antique store later on. I don't think it was the same day, maybe shortly within a few days or a week or so after I did. And he called me and said he had bought a World War II British bayonet, spike bayonet with a green frog for $45. Long story short, my dad ended up giving me this bayonet, you know, not long after that, because he knew I'd appreciate it. So he paid the $45. I didn't, but it still came from an antique store. Just a few other things. I got these two World War II rifle bore cleaners, canisters or containers, and they still have the bore cleaner inside. I got those for $5 a piece, which I thought was a good deal. Right here, I've got a Vietnam era, seized dated 1969. This is rifle bore cleaner. This is plastic, but there's still some in there. Got that for, I believe it was $1, if I'm not mistaken. And then I also got like this, let me show you this face paint camouflage stick here. And also this foot powder container for, I believe, like $2 or $3 for both of them. So kind of little setup there, some Vietnam stuff, which I believe this is Vietnam. This might be World War II. Y'all may correct me if I'm wrong, but anyways, last thing I want to share with you, Avon bottle, styled after like the U.S. Willys Jeep in a way. See, it says Avon on there. My dad actually used to collect these, keep out of reach of children. But pretty cool little display piece. I got it for, I believe it was 50 cents or $1. It was super cheap, but nice little display piece. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Let me know what you think. I'm about to get ready for part 5. Stay tuned. Please check them all out, and I'll be getting back to you soon. Thank you.